This is an interesting kind of problem that could come up. We've done this in IP version 4 in the past. If you went through the video series prior to this that I have on YouTube, I believe it was my subnetting video 28 where we did this in IP version 4. We're going to do it in IP version 6 now. We're going to start with 2001 ABCD ... or 2:/52. That's our beginning network. Now we're going to subnet that out to the 68 network. So there's our subnet. And now we want to know, now that we've subnetted it, we want to get down to the 3999th subnet and find out what the network address is of that particular subnet. So here's how I'm going to begin. I'm actually going to start by just writing out here 2001 colon ABCD and double colon. This is our beginning section now, and this of course is all in hexadecimal. But this represents, let me see, 16 plus 16, this represents 32 bits. And we started at 52 bits. So in order to get out to 52 bits, of course, I'm going to need to add some zeros. So let's add a 0. That gets us out to 48 bits. If you want, I could put 0000, but of course, we compress that down to only 0. That's now 48 bits. Well, let's get out to 52, but in order to do this, I want to do 1 bit at a time. And I want to do that because we'll be using this expanded version, the binary version of it, in order to solve our problem. And I know that in the next hextet I'll be running into that 52 bits. So let's go there. And I'm going to reduce the size of the font to represent the fact that we're now in bits rather than in nibbles. So we're up to 48 bits. Let's just count these out. 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. All right, looks fair. And the rest is all zeros. Now, how many zeros do we have here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. At 16, we know that we're going to have a new hextet. So I'm going to go ahead and put that designation there. And over here we don't, this looks kind of like a hextet, but it's really not a full hextet. So let's go ahead and complete that hextet here. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I've got 2 hextets out here, and this 52 and 68 occurs somewhere in here. Let's go ahead and figure out exactly where that is. 48, 49, 50, 51. So this is the 52 right there. So from here on, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. This portion represents our subnet, which I've now put in red. Hopefully you're not colorblind, and if you are, just know that I just put that part in red right here. Alright, now what I'm going to do is find the 3998th subnet and plug that number in here. How am I going to do that? Well, first of all, I need to subtract 1. And I'm subtracting 1 because we start counting not with the first subnet, but with the 0th subnet. And so because of that 0th subnet, I have to subtract 1. So I really want the decimal, or I should say the binary, for 3998. Let's go ahead and do that on the calculator. I would do that not by hand, but I want to save time on the video. So I'm going to choose decimal because I want 3998, and that's in decimal. So 3998. And I have a binary number right here. In fact, I will go ahead and copy that binary number, and we'll go back and put that in here in order to remind us of what it looks like. Now I want to put that in the same size font, because what I'm about to do is to line these up. And I want to take this and line it up over here with that. As a matter of fact, I probably should have put that into a separate text box so that I can go line it up a little easier. There we go. Let's go ahead and take this, and we're just going to line it up right here at the right end of this number. Now I can see that there is a colon right there. So let's go ahead and put that colon in and then reline that up again. There we go. That's not too bad. Got it lined up. Now let's go ahead and see what this thing looks like after we've lined it up. So I'm going to go ahead and go down here. I'll put 2001 A, B, C, D 0. And now over here, I'm going to go ahead and put these in binary. So we'll go 0, 0, 0. And then how many zeros here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. And then 0, 0, 1. And then over here we've got 1, 1, 1. And then the rest are zeros. So that's 3 of them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Like that. And let's see. In order to line these up, let's go ahead and put this first section back in 18-point font. Now, of course, this takes a lot longer when I'm doing all this stuff to make sure it all lines up correctly. But when you're doing it by hand, it's a lot faster. Now, all I have to do is convert this back to its hexadecimal. So let's take this number here and convert that number back to hexadecimal. All right, we'll go to our calculator. I'm going to choose hexadecimal. I'm going to choose binary because I want to convert from binary to hexadecimal. And I'll go ahead and paste that value in there, and I get hex F9E. So this one is F9E. We always recommend you use small characters when we're doing IP version 6. And then this one right here, we'll go ahead and copy that. And I'm going to go to binary and paste that in here, and I get E000. E000. All right, now I have my solution. And my final solution is going to look like this. 2001 ABCD 0. I can't forget this first 0 right here. And then F9E. And then E000. And then, of course, the rest is all zeros. And this is, again, a /68 because we're only working in the /68. And there's our solution. This is the 3999th subnet of this set of subnets that came originally from this network. And we're done. Now, in case you want that in the form of a set of steps, here they are. Convert the hextets that contain the original and subnetted networks into binary. We did that up here. This was the original, and then this was the subnetted. So we converted those to binary. Identify the subnet portion of the binary hextets. So we did that here. We identified the subnetted portion right there. In other words, between 52 and 68. We identified that. Subtract 1 from the subnet number you're interested in. So we did the 3998 and then convert that subnetted number, -1 anyway, to binary, which we did right here. And I put that extra colon in there just to make it line up. Line the numbers up to the right of the subnet portion you identified in step 2. So you notice I lined it up right here to the right end of that, and then convert the hextets back to hexadecimal, which when I converted these back to hexadecimal, I got an F9E and an E000, and so that gave me my final solution. And that's it.